All right, here we go. Science fiction paperback galore. Here we go. The Sword Swallower by Ron Goulart. The Tomorrow People by Judith Merrill. Garbage World by Charles Platt. Danger Packed Adventure. Interfaces by Ursula Le Guin and Virginia Kidd. J.G. Ballard's The Terminal Beach. Other Worlds 2. Best of Fantasy Stories. We got here Visions and Adventurers by Theodore Sturgeon. The Mind Warpers by Frank Russell. Always the Black Knight by Lee Hoffman. The Lost World by Arthur Conan Doyle. Look at that awesome cover. You could just get lost in here. Oh my god. All right, here we go. All right, Captain Future's Challenge by Edmund Hamilton, a mighty avenger of cosmic evil. Here we go. This Immortal by Roger Zelazny. Crossroads in Time by Groff Conklin. Night of Delusion by Keith Laumer. First time in paperback. Look at that awesome cover art. Mindfogger by Michael Rogers. This is the Simplest Thing by C-Mac. Needle by Hal Clement. Ballroom of the Skies by John D. MacDonald, who normally writes like Florida fiction. Unicorn Variations by Roger Zelazny. I wonder what position that is. A World Between and Norman Spinrad. The Humanoids by Jack Williamson. The Mind Thing by Frederick Brown. No Blade of Grass. Compelling, fantastic. Brian Aldiss, Report on Probability A. The Light in the Stars by Frederick Brown. Look at that, you just fall into that scene. Alright, Greyland by Dave Van Arnen. Samuel Delaney's Out of the Dead City. Star Master's Gambit by Gerard Klein. King's Gambit is my play. Seeds of Change, Thomas F. Fonteleone. Ooh, Asimov. Not Nightfall, Nightfall 2. Keith Laumer, The Shape Changer. Look at that weird abstract sci-fi art. Phase 4, Adapt or Die. A Martian Odyssey by Stanley Weinbaum. Skylark Valeron by Edward E. Smith. Adam Link Robot by Yando Binder. Ooh, we got a Harlan Ellison, the illustrated Harlan Ellison. That's awesome. Ray Bradbury, I Sing the Body Electric. Haven't read that one. Galactic Cluster by James Blish. The Day Before Forever by Keith Laumer. Look at that awesome, like a life pod or whatever that's going on in there. Let me rearrange my books. Let me restack what's in the box. Make it reachable. All right, here we go. Here we go. Greener Than You Think by Ward Moore. Space Platform by Murray Leinster. C.J. Cherry's Down Below Station. Looks like Deep Space Nine. 21st Century Sub, one of the really great novels of science fiction. Oh, look at that. An early version of Dune by Frank Herbert. Might be first paperback. I'm not sure. Ooh, okay. This is this box is getting a little lopsided now that it's emptying out. Sorry for the delay. Here we go. I can't read that. The Rackles of Heaven. What's going on here? Rocket ships and space domes. 10,000 Light Years from Home by James Tiptree. Prime Number by Harry Harrison. Bitches and Sad Ladies. Not exactly science fiction, more like reality. The City, 2000. The joke. The City, 2000 AD. Urban life through science fiction. The Marooned by Martin Caidin. Rebels of the Red Planet by Charles Fontenay. Andre Norton's X Factor. Perry Rhodan, number 1, Enterprise Stardust. I don't really know what the Perry Rhodan stuff is, but I do find it a lot. All right, last long botch. Key Out of Time by Andre Norton. The Monitor, The Miners, and the Shri by Lee Killa. Islands in the Sky by Arthur C. Clarke. Slater's Planet by Harrison Moore. E. Doc Smith's Skylark Tree. This is Battlestar Galactica, the paperback. A.E. Van Vogt, The Battle of Forever. Look at that freaky alien, Medusa alien. Partners in Wonder, Harlan Ellison, Van Vogt, Sturgeon, Zelazny, Budrys, and Sheckley. Elsewhere and Elsewhen by Conklin. Weird cover. Satellite E1. Heinlein 6 by H. The Green Rain by Paul Tabori. Those Idiots from Earth by Richard Wilson with the freaky vintage 50s art. The Hybrid. He was a hybrid, half human, half Omku, with the strange mental powers to wipe out the universe. The Hybrid. Sci-fi horror. Alright, Earth in Twilight. Alright, that doesn't look like a good day, being chased by that thing. Okay. Pebble in the Sky by Asimov. Look at that awesome sci-fi landscape. We get to the bottom here. We have Wolfbane by Pohl and Kornbluth. Also awesome cover art. Last book in the box is The Wall Around Star by Pohl and Williamson, with all kinds of weird aliens. Okay, well, that's today's video. One more sci-fi box for the pile. Tune in next time. Please subscribe and follow.